2 or 3 times I had to kick him out of my tournaments. But he always comes back. He knows how difficult he can be. Yeah, 14-year-old. That sounds like Earthman Stark, to be honest. 14-year-old kid who doesn't shut the fuck up. Yeah, he won't shut the fuck up. He's good. Kudos to him. He is really good. Let me see if this is all nil over here. Yeah, it is all nil. He's running. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. Chrono. He's got Scepter and Pistol with Greatsword, Vampirism with Barbarian Amulet. Ooh, interesting. Let's take a quick look at Goran on this side. He's running over here with Earth and Demolisher, a little more defensive, Greatsword, and he's running with Sword Warhorn. He's gone with no long range, and usually you don't see this on a Soul Beast. You see them on a Core Ranger more often than not. But he's also running Beast Mastery, Wilderness Survival, and Soul Beast. Interesting to see. I'm not sure who's going to win this. Hey, thanks, Game Girl. I try to do it as much as I can. I haven't been streaming and doing this for very long, maybe a month and 2 weeks now. I'm just starting to get into the groove of it, starting to build the schedule, starting to really commentate a lot better. But there's still a lot of things I have to improve on. There's still a long way to go, bro. But in about 6 months from now, you're going to see me wearing a suit. I'm going to have this big executive background over here. It's going to look really professional. We're going to try to bring some good stuff to Guild Wars 2. I've officially started my Guild Wars 1v1 and 2v2 seasons. It's called Code Red Revival. It's Code Red. Guild Wars is in danger, and we're trying to revive this bitch. So it's Code Red Revival. We're in the beta stage. We're starting the full-fledged season next season when the ranked season starts, and it finishes at the same time. Really good job by Goran over here, putting a lot of pressure onto Mr. Chaos, and he's not able to get any counter pressure. Mr. Chaos has got to try to use those tiers to his full advantage. As I said, Goran doesn't have any projectile, so if he's able to pour it up, let's see if he does have a jaunt or if he does have a blink. I can't tell at the moment. Goran is just backing off right now. He takes game 1.
Hey, Boa, are you in here?
Boa was supposed to sign up for my tournament, but I ended up fucking him over. Not fucking him over, but I was supposed to start the tourney at 9, and I only logged on at 9 after my little cat
I
nap.
just thought I don't think he was in Discord earlier.
No, I took a nap, man. So I just woke up right now. I was like, no, it's a journey.
Yeah, I did the same thing, Boa, so don't even sweat it, bro.
Hey, check your Discord messages because I don't want to talk over Mike. So.
All right.
Hey Mike, hit me up after the tourney. I redesigned that icon with a really good job. I wanted you to.
I'm definitely gonna do that, Sergeant. That's you, Sergeant Gemini?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking definitely gonna take a look at that, bro. I'm super excited for that. Yes. So here we go into game 2, guys. This is a best of 3 series, and as I mentioned, the only rules in this tournament is you cannot change the class you start with, and your 3 specs must stay the same. So Goran, for instance, Haste Lightning, has got Beast Mastery, Wilderness Survival, and Soul Beast. He can't change these 3, but he can change all his traits. Whatever he chooses in here, he can change. He can change all his utilities. He can change his weapons, his sigils, his runes, his amulets. Whatever he so chooses, he may change. So here we go into Mr. Chaos. He's going back in. I don't think he's made any major changes to his build. Domination. Was he running that at first? I'm not entirely sure. Here, let me just put my chat cover up for this map over here. Someone's being a little annoying. Just put the chat cover. Alright. Oh, that's not the image I wanted. That's the image I wanted. There we go. So the chat cover is covered. So Mr. Chaos and Goran are now, they have to ready up to start. So I give them the opportunity, give them about a minute or so to make any adjustments to their build that they so choose. And then, guys, while I have this time, I'll solicit you. I do these every single day, man. Take a look at my highlights video. You'll see I do 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s, Fashion Wars content. I also do open house 5v5s. And I put them all into my tournaments and highlights videos at the end of the day. So if you like this type of stuff, man, click that follow, click that subscribe. Usually every day I'm on point. I always sign on at 8 o'clock, and then from 8, somewhere between 8 and 10 is when I do my event. So here we go. I'm just waiting for Mr. Chaos to ready up. I don't think he's fully ready. So here we go into game 2 of this match. Now, Mr. Chaos has got to use the tiers to his advantage. He's got to use the LOS to his advantage, try to obstruct Haste Lightning as much as he can. And as I mentioned, he's full melee. He does have a jaunt. He's going for a gravity well. It's going to be a little hard to catch on to Goran, especially if he has lightning reflexes available to him. Really good disengage on that one. I think that was his port that he ended up using. Yeah, that was the blink, and he has already used gravity well. Very unfortunate. He's trying to get his big burst down, but he wasn't able to connect with anything. He tries to get that big push back on Goran as well, but he doesn't connect on it either. This is big danger for Goran. I mean, big danger for Mr. Chaos. Good dodge on that one. Reflex is back, trying to create some distance. He's just backpedaling at the moment, which is not the best thing. He's just got to create that distance, maybe even just a sidestep and try to get that big distance. Backpedaling is not doing the best. Good port over there, trying to create some distance on Goran. Goran trying to capitalize really quick, staying right on top of him. Ends up going down, and this is exactly what I meant, using the tiers to his advantage. Ooh, he's getting a little low here, and that's actually Goran who ends up taking this one. Really good job by Goran. Impressive performance. So now we're going into our last match of the first round, guys. This is our last match of the first round. It's Trevor Boyer versus TOURNEY. Excuse me, gentlemen. Good job, Mr. Chaos. Thank you so much for participating. It was a nice attempt. I don't usually see you running that. I don't usually see you running a big bursty Mirage, but I appreciate you trying something different and coming into the tournament with something different. Very, very nice. Oh, guys, I've started my 1v1 league. Keep that in mind. So here is the Barbie, and here is Zitterbait. This is TOURNEY running on the Hollow, and this is for you, Sir Barristan. This is the match you wanted to watch, my friend. Here we go, here we go, here we go. That is Trevor Boyer. Let's see what he's running on his Druid. He's been running Ranger for a long time. I know this gentleman for quite a while. He's been running Ranger for a very long time. He's very familiar. He's running Druid, Beast Mastery, Wilderness Survival. He's got Staff, Axe, and Axe. He's got Altruism and Harrier Amulet. Very unique build that he's running. Zitterbait is running your regular classic Tools Hollow. He's running Rune of the Resistance for the extra Condi mitigation. I don't think there's too many Condis that are going to be coming out of Barbie here. This is going to be a very interesting match here. Tries to get him in the overcharge, doesn't connect. Keeping the heavy pressure onto him. He tries to get the overcharge. Whirling defense right here. He's got to be really careful. Oof, he got caught in that whirling defense. Really nice setup by Barbie on that one. He does have his healing turret. For my opinion, the Hollow should use their healing turret ASAP. The cooldown is so quick. You can even drop the turret. Drop the turret. Take that 5k healing and pick it back up and take 5 seconds off the cooldown if you so choose without exploding it. So it's really nice. Ooh, another whirling defense. He caught in that one. Barbie's doing a really good job of controlling most of the terrain at the top, and Zitterbait is kind of forced into this small little area where whirling defense can be very, very effective. He doesn't seem to be moving from the platform. He actually is going down. He got caught in that overcharge. He's trying to get the big advantage. Good stun coming out from the pet from Barbie, trying to create that extra damage. He was about to get bursted on, but that pet was a clutch save. He tries to go again for the whirling defense, but Zitterbait's able to elixir us out of that, but now he doesn't have much in the way of mitigation. He does have his overcharge. He does land it. He's got to go into Hollow. The blunderbuss was a little too far. The jump shot would have been first, and then the overcharge, the blunderbuss would have been a better execution, but he ended up getting too far. The blunderbuss is only a 600 range. He was a little far out of it. He's got the 7 stacks of bleeding, which are really keeping the pressure on, and that's Barbie that takes game 1. Good job on Barbie. Like how analytical. Oh, thank you. That was Game Guru who said he really liked how analytical I was for my commentary. I appreciate that. I watch a lot of people. I watch a lot of different streams, and I really, the one I've really been starting to like is Roy. He shoutcasts for EU, and Roy's a really good shoutcaster. Really nice dude, and he does his job very well. And I try to emulate him in certain areas. I do have my own style, my own way of doing it, so I don't want to get too far away from that and kind of ruin my identity. But at the same time, he's got a lot of good information, and he's got a lot of good ways of how he does them, the way he interacts with the Twitch viewers. It's just a lot of interesting stuff, and I enjoy watching it. You guys should definitely check him out. So here we go into game 2. This is our last match in our first round, guys. We're going to be moving into the quarterfinals right after this. So I'm super excited. So far on this first round, I think we've had 5 or 6 game 3s. And for our first round, that's pretty unprecedented. Really, really, really interesting stuff. Really good matches so far, so I'm expecting really good outcome in the quarterfinals. And the semifinals is going to be really brutal. We do have a third place match as well. And I've also started my my league, my 1v1 league and my 2v2 league. It's called Code Red Revival. And every first, second, and third place person accumulates points for the top 15. And at the end of the season, top 1, 2, and 3 get huge prizes. Zitterbait's in big trouble. He ends up getting the big prime light beam on Barbie. Barbie doing a good job of trying to mitigate most of the damage, just resustaining right through the entire thing. It's a better position for Zitterbait right now. He does have the overcharge. He's got to be a little careful. He hasn't been hit by a whirling defense yet, so he's got to be very attentive for those. Gets him and he tries to get the overcharge, does get it, but unfortunately he's on the LOS. He comes right up on top of him. Good job by Barbie popping the whirling defense to try to keep that damage mitigation out. And when he's in hollow, he's got to kind of get close to be able to put that damage. We got 55 seconds left in this tournament, in this match actually. Barbie just trying to control that top node where he's got the most of the advantage. He's able to get the full effect from that whirling defense. He does pop up the photon wall to try to mitigate some of that. The photon wall can be very, very useful. It's like, if I'm going to use it defensively, really good overcharge shot on Barbie. He's under big pressure right now. He's got the photon blitz. He does use the hollow lift to try to close the gap. He does have his elixir U that he can't proc with to use the prime light beam. There goes the prime light beam, but he didn't proc on the elixir U. Barbie had enough time to kind of capitalize on that. We got 15 seconds left in this match, and as I mentioned, the map mechanic is involved. Ooh, big damage before the timer comes up. He will have his healing turret come up, so he's got to use that, and I would definitely use the healing turret, then maybe even a stealth to kind of mitigate any damage before the timer. He's got to use that healing turret. He doesn't understand that there is a map mechanic in here, so there's no more healing for Zitterbait. That's super unfortunate for him. He tries to go for the healing turret now, but it's to no avail. He might fall down. He's got some big damage. Good pushback by Barbie over here. He goes into his elixir S, and I think this is going to be the end for him. He's got to pull out. Oh, and there he goes down into the LOS. Mike, have you been working on getting a net partner for a cast? Yes, I have, Carl. I've actually signed up to be a. I think it was on Monday that I sent them an email. I don't know if they're going to get back to me. I was hoping that they would get back to me before the monthly AT so I can cast. I know there's 2 casters doing the monthly AT for EU, but I don't know if there's any casters doing it for the for NA, and I was really hoping that they would respond to me before that. But I don't know if they're going to accept me. I don't know if they're not. I don't have a certain amount of viewers, and at the same time, I've only been doing this for about a month and a week, and they may not put too much gusto into what I have, but I really hope that they do accept me as a partner. I have applied. And they have accepted a lot of other weird candidates for a partner that don't bring nearly as much as I do. And I hope they do consider me. So next up, we have our first match in our quarterfinals. It's going to be Black Bear versus Hitzer. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. Who will destroy this tyrant? Black Bear versus Hitzer. And as I mentioned, I do not allow Condi Mirage into my tournaments. The only exception is Black Bear. And the reason I made this exception is because he's won every single one of his matches. He is yet to lose. So before I get rid of this champion and get rid of this build from my tournaments, I need someone to beat him. So this is it, guys. This is your opportunity. This is your moment to shine. To put this tyrant in his place. Bring him down. Sorry, Gordon?
You should just give him half gold regardless if he gets first place.
No, I'm gonna give him full gold. I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna cuck him like that.
I would.
This season is gonna end, and if no one beats him by the end of the season, I'm just gonna ban Condi Mirage in the next season. I'm not gonna allow him to participate in those. He's gonna have to learn something else. I know Carr is a monster player, and I know he plays more than Mirage, but he does like the gold, and he does like to stack up his cash. So I can't complain too much. I know I would probably do the same thing if I was very dominant. And I wouldn't have allowed him to continue if he did participate in other of my tournaments and he did lose, but he's still undefeated. Literally undefeated, guys. Somebody has come really close to beating him, but it was just a no avail. This is probably going to be one of the best chances that we're going to have right here. Gaming Wizard doesn't have too much in the way of Hitzer's just got to try to hit him with as much of that bow as much as he can. He's not too susceptible to Condi. He's only susceptible really to heavy damage. He does have a lot of Condi clear, but the amount of Condi that Hitzer can put down on top of him is like incredible. Really good job. He's getting the better of the exchange here. It's just a keep away game, and Gaming Wizard is doing the only thing he can do right now is just using LOS to his fullest advantage, but he's not getting the better of the exchange over here. Hitzer coming in with the big dagger storm onto Gaming Wizard. Can he kill this tyrant? He's got a lot of couple Condi on him. He's at 34%. Hitzer's still at full health. Oh God, he's going down. Hitzer's got to be really careful though. Yes, Gaming Wizard is down. Gaming Wizard is down. Oh, will he finally be banned from these tournaments? The Dark Lord of my 1v1 tournaments, Black Bear. Will he finally be annihilated? But like I said, guys, Black Bear is a fucking monster. He knows to adjust very well to his opponents. He does not mess around. Dueling Chaos and Mirage. Let me just make sure he doesn't go off from Dueling Chaos and Mirage. Let's take a look. Come on, Hitzer. I'm praying on you. Please destroy this tyrant. As soon as he gets eliminated, he will never, ever be allowed to use Conti Mirage again. The pressure is on to Carr. He knows what's at stake here. If he continues to win, if he wins today, he will take the top title right now in my tournament. If you look below of my video, you'll see the top 15 in my 1v1s for my Code Red Revival League, and you'll see the top 10 for my 2v2s in my Code Red Revival League. I'm doing a 2v2 tournament on Saturday after the MAT. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of people there because they just finished the MAT and they're all geared up, ready to do something. So I'm going to do a 2v2 on Saturday around 5-6 p.m. Probably at 6 p.m. I'd say, right after the MAT, which the MAT is at 3, I believe. Let me just take a quick look. Yeah, 3:15 my time. Perfect. So that'll work out excellently. By the time they finish, they'll be ready and geared up to do the 2v2. So Gaming Wizard right now, he's not going for that no port spot. And this could be dangerous. Hitzer's got full access to port in and out, but he's doing a really good job of mitigating. There's just Dagger Storm to try to mitigate some of that damage, the Torment stacks. But with Hitzer and the Condi Thief, he's got a lot of Condi removal. But as I mentioned, Hitzer's a great adjuster, man. And now, Gaming Wizard is a very good adjuster to his opponent. He kind of sees what he's already running, and it looks like he's going to take this one. Oh, no. Oh, no, Lord Jesus. You got to beat him, man. You got to beat him, Hitzer. I think he got a little complacent on that one. And a little aggressive. He just went balls to the walls. He said, fuck it, I want this. I'm going to beat him. So now, again, our first match in our quarterfinals is already going into a game 3. This is going to be an epic one, guys. Ooh. Oh. Oh, man. Come on, Hitzer. I know you can do this, buddy. I know you can do this. I don't think he's made any major changes to his build. I don't think there's any major adjustments. He's still the same. Oh God, here we go. Game 3, first match in our quarterfinals. Gaming Wizard dumping the Condi on him really hard, getting the big engage. And that's exactly what you want to get the opener first. Being able to put the pressure onto your opponent, making them a little more defensive instead of offensive. Hitzer's not able to get any sort of pressure down onto Gaming. Finally, he does manage. He goes into his, that's his evade frame, and that's, Condi Mirage is just so fucking strong. This is one of the main reasons I banned them. There's so much damage that they can put out, especially just the passive damage from their clones. They don't even really have to do that much. Hitzer's doing a really good job. He does get the, all those boons on top of him. The Chaos Storm is dropped, and Gaming Wizard's a master of using that Chaos Storm. It doesn't seem that strong most of the time, but when he uses it, wow, is it intimidating for most opponents. Hitzer's in a bit of trouble here. He's not able to get any pressure onto Gaming. Ooh, sure. Sure, Cloud. I'll do some fractals later. I need some gold. Hitz is doing a really good job right now keeping the pressure. There's 45 seconds left in this match. He's using the LOS to his fullest advantage, trying to avoid a lot of those Condis and a lot of those Mirages. He comes in with a quick engage, and Gaming Wizard is 100% fully prepared for those engages, using a lot of his evade frames, using his distortion, using his Chaos Storm to drop on top of him. But now he's under a little bit of pressure. He doesn't have much left in a mitigation state. He doesn't have much in mitigation. Come on, Hitzer. Keep the pressure up onto him. He's got 5 stacks of poison, which is pretty useful. But he's also got to watch out, Hitzer, for his confusion stacks and his torment stacks. Gaming is so close to down. There's still 3 stacks of poison. He's down. He's down. Yes. Yes. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Yes. Yes. Gaming is officially... Now, Condi Mirage, no one is allowed to use Condi Mirage anymore in this tournament. It is completely annihilated. Gaming was the last vestige that was left. He was the last soul of Condi Mirage and has been eliminated. Thank the Lord. Thank you so much, Gaming, for coming. I did all I could to try to keep you in it with Condi Mirage, sir, but now you'll have to use a new build. So moving on to our next round, guys, we got, actually, it's going to be Maya versus King Chrome. Maya versus King Chrome. And guys, I do these events every single day. If you like this type of stuff, click that follow, click that subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 followers. I'm very, very close, and I'm trying to get to 20 subs for this month, which I'm getting very, very close. I still have a lot of days left. I'm already at 8 subs, so if you guys feel so inclined, you may do it. And also, if you link your Twitch Prime with your Twitch with your Amazon Prime, you get a free subscribe. Alright guys, so take a quick look at Sneaky Text. He's the one who's replaced Autobahn. He's got Deadly Arts, Trickery, and Daredevil. He's running that Condi with the Rune of Thorns. We got Myalak, who's running that Spellbreaker. I think Tactics Warrior would be very beneficial in this situation, but he's not allowed to change it, so he's kind of stuck with what he's got. Myalak's in a little bit of trouble. He goes into the full Rampage, trying to get that big cleave onto Myalak, but there's just too much pressure, and that's one of the things with Berserker, especially if you're running with Signet of Stone or Signet of Healing. You kind of want to use that Signet... You kind of want to use that Signet just before Rampage because it'll give you that 8 seconds of resistance, and during Rampage you don't have much Condi, you don't have any Condi removal, so you're very susceptible to it, especially when you're fighting a Condi Thief. So Signet of Stone, a Signet of Healing, and then go into Rampage is usually pretty beneficial, and you're able to kind of cleave and put as much pressure down as you want without really having to worry about the enemy putting on that Condi. And once that resistance falls off, if you have too much Condi, you just switch back. Maybe use your Brawler's Recovery with a Sigil of Cleansing. He doesn't have Sigil of Cleansing. He does have Annulment. I would probably remove Annulment for Cleansing, to be honest. I'd double cleanse. Does he have Brawler's Recovery? He does have Brawler Recovery. I would definitely go with that. He does have the Berserker. He does have the Shake It Off. And he does have the Signet. So that's already right there. You got, what? 7 seconds of resistance, and over here you got another 6 seconds of resistance, and here you got 2 full Condi clears, and I believe he's running with Rune of the Strength. Very, very interesting. He's got to be able to capitalize on this. Like I said, Condi Thieves the game is in a really good state right now, PvP wise, I think, because everything has a counter. It's like there's no one team that's going to be super dominant. If there's something that they're running, there's something that you can counter them with. It's not like it used to be where Firebrand and Scourge were so fucking oppressive that there was almost nothing you can do. And now they're really starting to balance it really well. I'm super excited for the monthly AT tomorrow. I don't know who's going to cast it, but I'm going to be watching someone who's casting it. And eventually, hopefully, oh, Myalak taking full advantage, and that's exactly what I meant with the Condi Thieves, man. They are very susceptible to the high damage. If you're not careful and you get too complacent, they can easily take advantage and dump that on top of you. Just like that, guys. This is our second match in our quarterfinals, and we've got another game 3. This has been a really epic 1v1 so far, especially considering all the mishaps that have happened today. Me not logging in on time, fucking up on the tourney time. That catnap really fucked me up real bad. Real bad, man, real bad. But we're good now. We started it, we've got a really good competitors, and it's turning out to be a fantabulous tournament. And on top of it, I got my big announcement. My 1v1 league and my 2v2 league is in beta trials. If you look below my video, you'll see my top 15 in 1v1 and you'll see my top 10 in 2v2. I do these almost every single day, so it gives me the opportunity to create that roster. Really exciting so far, guys. Now let's see. Oh, he's already gone into the early rampage, trying to get that heavy pressure onto. Oh, big charge. He's able to mitigate that. That's using a lot of his cooldowns in order to do that, and that's the main reason why you want to use rampage early. Did he use the rampage with the signet? No, he didn't. He used berserker with the signet, which is just as good, and it really mitigates a lot of the damage from sneaking. He's just got to kind of run away, and it gets him to use a lot of his damage mitigators, and then when he comes out of rampage, he's kind of ripe for the picking. So that's Hitzer that wins in the 2-1 series. And now we have Maya that won in that 2-1 series. And now our next matchup here, guys, I'll post the challengebracket.com for you guys one more time in the Twitch chat so you can follow along with me. Ooh, who was that? Who was that? Vera, thank you so much for that follow, man. I really do appreciate it. When you guys click follow or subscribe, it really puts a pat on my back and lets me know I'm doing a good job. I kind of fucked up on this one. I didn't do as much promo as I should have, but I guarantee you we're going to get back on track tomorrow. So now we have, next up, guys, sorry about that, is actually Goran versus Valor. Ooh, Goran versus Valor. Goran has actually been coasting through his tournament brackets so far, doing a really, really good job. And let me just explain this tournament.
Should be tough. Should be fun.
Okay, you're coming in, Goran? Goran? Calling all Gorans. Calling all Gorans. Yeah, there's Haste Lightning. There's Meatwad. I'll explain the 1v1 league and the 2v2 league a little bit after the tournament so you guys can get a better understanding of it. Runa Leadership and Runa Demolisher. He's running Dagger with Warhorn. He's got, he usually runs with a Stomp, but he's always got something a little interesting. He's running with For Great Justice. He's probably Tactics Warrior. Yeah, he is Tactics Warrior, which I really like to see, these new builds. And Dana did a really good job on these balance patches, man. So far, so good. Everything is starting to get balanced. Everything's got a counter. Everything's strong against something. So the teams are going to be really interesting. The comps that you're going to be running are going to be interesting. Tomorrow's AT. I'm super excited to see. I'm going to be watching Roy shoutcasting. I like watching Roy shoutcast because he's good, and I pick up a lot of info from him. And as well, it's always entertaining watching Roy on shoutcast. You guys should definitely check him out. It's _ Roy, I believe, or Roy __. If you guys do have his Twitch, you can just post it for me inside the Twitch chat. I really like to promote all type of Twitch guys. And we're just trying to be PMA, positive mental attitude for Guild Wars 2, guys. I know there's a lot of shit in this game, but we're just going to keep that PMA going as much as we can. We work with what we got, and we just roll with the punches, man. I'm kind of like that underdog, and I kind of like these situations. So Meatwad versus Meatwad being very, very, very patient with Haste. And Haste has got to be careful too because Meatwad can punish him very, very badly when he comes in, as you just saw right there. He did get the Mage Bane, but he wasn't able to get the Mage Bane on him. It actually taunted to his pet. He gets him in the big push, and not the Rock Throw, but the Rock Throw made him use one of his dodge cooldowns, which is very useful. And this is the main reason for using Rampage so early, trying to get him to use a lot of his cooldowns, a lot of his damage mitigators, his evade frames. He's already pushing through him. Let's take a look at Haste Lightning's cooldowns. He just use Troll Legend. He's doing really good right now against Meatwad, but Meatwad has a lot of sustain. This is going to be a big fight for Haste Lightning. It's kind of like a guard versus a warrior. He just doesn't have as much damage sustain as Meatwad, and when they go in for those close encounters, it's usually Meatwad that's going to get the better of the two. As you can see, that's already happening in this situation. He's just not able to get those big damage spikes like Meatwad. Meatwad only needs one or two, like a Whirlwind or Arcane Slice, to really chunk of health out of his Lightning. So he's got to be very attentive. using his evades as much as he can, being patient on his cooldowns. He goes into stealth to mitigate that, but the Mage Bane takes him right out because you can't stealth when you're in a Mage Bane. Good job by Miwad, trying to keep that constantly up. Really good job avoiding that worldly impact. He ends up getting caught by the Maul though, but as you can see, he's got so much more sustain than Goran. So it's going to be really tough, and we got 15 seconds left in this map mechanic. He's trying to put on as much damage as he can. Right around the 6 to 8 second mark is where you want to really put that heavy cleave onto the opponent. Especially considering, I think Meanwood is running with Mending. Yeah, he is. I don't know where this is going to go right now, guys. This is... Oh, no, no problem, Deathliston. It's positive. Oh, Meanwood's actually standing in the AoE. Rampage. Oh, to Haste Lightning. It's just not enough. The Hate Lightning's got to make some couple changes. Yeah, PMA means positive mental attitude. And that's what I try to bring to my tourneys as much as I can. I just try to stay positive, guys. The game we got is the game we got. We just got to kind of work with it and roll with the punches, man. And so far, I've done these tournaments every single day, and there's people here who want to do them. So the population is there. The interest is there. So I'm just going to keep rolling forward with it. I've already started my 1v1 league, and my 2v2 league is called Cold Red Revival. It's in the beta stages, and we're going to be mimicking the same season times as the ranked arena. So when the new ranked arena starts, that's when my first official 1v1 and 2v2 league will start. I have kind of started the beta phases just so I can kind of get the good grasp of what people want, what they think would be a good idea. So if you have any suggestions, just type them to me in the suggestion box or write me a mail at Bloodhound1674. You'll see my name right here, Bloodhound1674. Message me if you got some good ideas. But we're basically the top 3. Oh, I'm going to go back to this match, guys. Meatwad's got to be very... Haste Lightning's got to be very careful. Let's see if he's made any changes. Meatwad over here. Or I mean, Haste Lightning. Doesn't look like it over here. Doesn't look like it over here. And that was a quick win. Got caught in that rampage. Hey, Boogly Oogly. What's up, buddy? So that's actually Valor that moves forward. That wasn't a game 3, unfortunately. Goran getting destroyed in that one. But that was a tough, very tough match. Now we have Trev Boyer, our Druid, versus Nature Salad. It's going to be our Fire Weaver. So it's Nature Salad versus Trev Boyer.
That was a bad match right there.
Yeah, it was a bad match. He didn't do the greatest, but you know, it's really tough. You have a lot of melee, you have no range. You're kind of stuck engaging Meatwad face to face, and that's not something you really want to do against a warrior. You don't want to fight them face to face. So like I mentioned, guys, if you take a little bit of a look below my my stream video, you'll actually start to see right there my top 15 for my 1v1s and my top 20 for my 2v2s. And the way I calculate these points is if you're in the top 1, 2, or 3 place of each tournaments in 1v1 or respectively 2v2. In third place you get 1 point, in second place you get 2 points, and in first place you get 3 points. You need to participate in at least 3 of my tournaments in order to be included into the roster. And there's a lot of people that I have, but this is only the top 15. And at the end of each season, I'm going to be giving huge prizes: 1,000 gold to first place, 500 gold to second place, and 250 gold to third place. And these seasons are going to correlate with the ranked seasons of Guild Wars 2, so they start and end at the same exact times. Really good whirling defense on Nature Salad over there. He's just standing there face tanking most of the damage, trying to get some extra burns onto Barbie. Good stun by Nature Salad. Another stun he tries to get. Barbie quickly gets out of there. He's got the Troll Engine proc. Now Nature Salad's just got to try to keep the pressure onto him and try to keep that Condi on top of him. And it only takes a couple stacks of burning. Really good job on clearing that burn. Let me take a quick look at Nature Salad. He's gone into water to be a little more defensive, but what you really want to do is go into earth and then fire. Using your Glyph of Elemental, then the Stone Skin. Actually, what weapon sweat is he using here? Focus Sword. Okay, interesting. Really good match so far. Chubboy's got to be a little careful. He was able to put a little bit of heavy damage onto Barbie. Or Barbie was able to put a little bit of damage. There's the Whirling Defenses. Whirling Defenses is made damage creator here. He's got to be able to get an immob or a stun and then use the Whirling Defense on Nature Salad. But Nature Salad does have a lot of heat, still being very patient on his Twist of Fate. And those are the things that I've been told. I've been trying to use, play a little bit of Ellie, and I've been told that Twist of Fate is the last ditch effort You never want to use Twist of Fate. And he's doing a really good job, I can tell already. Twist of Fate is still at full procs. He's still got a lot of evades. There he goes into his lava skin. Usually they use Glyph of Elemental before they go out back into lightning. This one's probably, yeah, we got 10 seconds left in our map mechanic. Toaster shitter, dude. I'm going to read the Twitch chat in a minute, guys. I'm just trying to keep up with this. I'll go right back to it. So we got this map mechanic, the 5 burnings, the 2 burnings. That burnings is going to be the death of him, the 2 right there, and that's the death of him. Let me take a quick look at this. I'm just in an AT game right now. Is it possible at all to wait until I'm finished with the game and do my round? Maybe have a drink, smoke break for like 5-10 minutes when it comes to my game. Ooh, my Alak. I don't know if that's going to be possible, my friend. There's a lot of people here waiting. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. That should be possible. We still got at least this round to go over, and then Valar and Hitzer to go, and then it's going to be you, my Alec. So I think you'll have enough time. Just try to get it done as fast as you can. And then you are rather positive, Mike. It's rare and refreshing. I've never heard you call anyone a monkey, potato, toaster, shit, or pleb, or any of the other terms all the streamers use when they get tilted, so that sets you apart already. Thank you so much for that, Deathlisten. I try to be as positive as I can. And I hear a lot of streamers complaining about Guild Wars, and all they're really doing is just shooting us in the foot, you know what I mean? You gotta be positive, you gotta try to bring content. I watch a lot of streamers, and all they do is game and complain, you know, and I try to be the streamer that brings a positive attitude and tries to bring you some fucking content, some actual content, some tournaments. I'm trying to create a league, and I'm just trying not to shoot ourselves in the foot, man. We try to just bring up the game and be as positive as we can, spread that energy, and everybody starts spreading it around so we don't get such a bad rap. There's a lot of bad news in Guild Wars 2 in the media and everywhere around, so if we're a little more positive and we support our game a little more, I think it'll go a lot better. Toaster shitter, dude. I need to meet the streamer who calls people this. LOL. Streamers be going off. Look at this PMA, the Dark Souls. Dark Souls is actually my main DJ over here. Ooh, he's got a lot of good games, a lot of good songs in my Nightbot. And that's what we try to promote. PMA, guys. PMA. We want to bring this game up. We can't fucking shit on it all the time. It's a really good game. It's got great mechanics. It's one of the best PvP mechanics that I've ever seen. If you want to go play that, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about PMA, baby. PMA. This is a really good game. We just got to give it that support. The ArenaNet's not the nicest to us, but we work with what we got, man. And so far, I'm really happy. The balances have been really good. The recent expansion has been fucking epic. Everybody's been super ecstatic with it. There's not a lot of bad stuff. And we even got build templates that are coming out. That Mike Oz guy finally left. And now we got this new guy coming in, or not new guy, who's been in the game for a long time, and he actually supports World v World, so the World v World guys are really excited to see what he's going to bring to the table. He focuses a lot more on PvP and World v World, not so much PvE like that Mike guy did, so I think it'll be a really good thing. Tries to go in for the whirling defense one more time. He is not able to get that. Nature Style doing a really good job of controlling the top part. Optimistic, baby. Yeah, that's where we try to be in this stream, baby, as much as we can. Barbie trying to do as much as he can against Nature Salad. It's really tough against a Fire Weaver. He does have a lot of Condi clear. He does have a lot of damage mitigation. He does not using his whirling, this Twist of Fate. He's being very, very patient on those, using those when he desperately needs them. This is probably going to go to the map mechanic once again, I'm sure of it. Trying to keep that heavy pressure, the whirling defense again, and that's kind of like it's, you know what I mean? The only pressure he's able to get down is the whirling defense. So it's kind of memey in my opinion. The only thing he can do is try to get the immob and get the whirling defense. Other than that, he hasn't been able to put much pressure onto Nature Salad. And there's only 10 seconds left in this map mechanic, so I wonder what his tactic is going to be. And especially, like I said, there's no more healing after the map mechanic. It's not me telling them not to heal. It's just the map mechanic itself physically will not allow them. Oh no, Nature Salad is in the AoE. He ports up and not taking any damage on that one. Very clever. Very interesting. There's that. Lots of bleeding. He ends up falling down into the AoE. He doesn't get hurt too much by it, but there's no healing that's going to be returned from him. Trap Warrior doesn't look good for him. He tries to use his Troll Engine, but there's no avail in the situation right here. Nature Salad's going to beat him down into a pummel and ends up taking the win. Yeah, I love you, Mike Stan. Always hurts to place a good man in downstate. Thank you, so I appreciate that. So that's Nature Salad that actually moves forward. Nature Salad doesn't usually enter most of my tournaments. He kind of sits back and watches. He's a huge donator for these. He's one of the main reasons that I'm able to do these so often. Very, very big ups, guys. If you can, just give him a big cheer or give him a salute. If you ever see him anywhere in the PvP or PvE, just thank this man so much. He's really trying to help the community out as much as he can, just as much as me and just as much as you. So now we have Valhor versus Hitzer, Condi Thief versus a Soul Spellbreaker. This is not going to be in the Spellbreaker's best interest to win this. He does have the it's kind of stacked against him. There's Hitzer, so it's Valor versus Hitzer, guys. Let me take a quick look. Hitzer, our god, who has removed Black Bear. I don't know if you guys were here, but the only person that I allowed to, because I no longer allow Condi Mirage in my tournaments, and the only person I allowed to enter into my tournaments with Condi Mirage was Black Bear because he's been undefeated. So I didn't really want to just shame him and say, oh, you cannot enter. He's been undefeated, so I wanted him to be defeated before he was officially eliminated from using that class. And we actually had Hister's Apprentice, who was able to eliminate him in this. This is actually Red Avenged, I believe his account name is. Yeah, Red Avenged. He was actually able to eliminate Black Bear and remove him from the tournaments permanently. Yes. Now Black Bear's got to find something else. Oh, Val's got DC'd, so he's rejoining. Yeah, that's Dark Souls in our Twitch chat. He's actually our DJ. From when I'm not doing tournaments, I usually put on the Nightbot, and we can listen to whatever we so choose. And meanwhile, I mean, Valor has been putting on some good tunes, man. After this, guys, I'm probably going to do some, I'm not sure if I'm going to do World v World or Ranked, but I'm going to do a little bit of gold giveaways for my followers and my subscribers. I like to give a little bit back to you guys, so we're going to probably do some little games or some giveaways or some little weird thing, and in some way to give you some little bit of gold as I progress through World v World. Hey, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. No Gold Zito, thank you for the follow, man. I really do appreciate that, bro. I do these every single day. Take a look at my highlights. I'm very new to streaming, and I'm very new to shoutcasting. It's about a month. I'm just about to go on a month and 2 weeks of doing this. So thank you so much for that follow, man. It's like a pat on my back letting me know I'm doing a good job. This is a really tough fight for Valor on this situation. He does very susceptible to Condi. He's probably is running with cleansing. Yeah, he's got cleansing on one hand. He's got the rune of leadership on another. He's got no brawler's recovery. He can't swap into it. That's exactly why, because he's using spellbreaker tactics and what was that? Defense? No, strength. So this is going to be a really tough match for him. He's got to be able to lock down Hitzer, but at the same time, Hitzer is very susceptible. That was a really nice Mage Bane that he tried to pull onto Hitzer. He wasn't able to. It was unsuccessful, but definitely a nice attempt. And these are the big stacks that he's got to be careful for. He's able to clear that. He does have one more of his Shake It Off. He does have Berserker Stance coming, and he does have Signet Healing if he so chooses to get the extra resistance. And these are the big engages that he's got to be careful for from Hitzer. He's got to be able to avoid those big engages at first. Weedbot doing a really good job. He's actually mitigating most of this. He's already gone through 1:30, so this looks really good. To be honest, this looks really good. Hitzer has thrown everything he had at him, and he's able to clear them all off. He's being patient on his Shake It Off. Shake It Off has got a 50-second cooldown, so he's always got to use that like as desperation. Like, you cannot use that last cast. He does have Berserker coming back up. We've got 10 seconds left, and he's saving all his cooldowns. This is a really good job by Meatwad. And not only that, but when he does go into the map mechanic, he's got to be careful for that AoE at the bottom. Get out of there, Valor. Get out of there. No, Valor, get out of there. He ends up getting out of there without taking any damage. And now that the map mechanic has come in, as you can see, there's a lot of AoE, and it really stops the mobility of Hitzer, forcing him into the path of Meatwad, forcing him to engage and giving Meatwad a better advantage, being able to actually catch him. Good job on the cleanse over there. He's got to use his healing signet. He does use it for the full Condi. He does have the rampage. I'm surprised he did not use the rampage, considering he has all this. The rock throw! Oh, Oh my goodness! And that's the thing with Warriors, guys. In a fraction of a second, he can change the whole tide of this duel. And that's the disadvantage with Connie Thieves. They're squishy. They're squishy as fuck. It only takes one or two big hits to get them down. And that's why people say, oh, you have to ban Condi Thief, you have to ban Condi Thief. Condi Thief has the advantage against the Warrior in this situation. Mind you, he is running two things with Root of the Resistance, or Resistance to kind of remove it, but he doesn't have much in the way of Condi Clear. He's shake it off, yes, and these guys, but that's not too much, especially considering how much Hitzer can put on top of him. He's supposed to have the advantage, especially with the in and out, but Meadwad used this map mechanic to this perfect advantage, and that's why I like using the map mechanic. It adds that extra je ne sais quoi to these duels. You would automatically think, oh, Hitzer's going against Meadwad, it's over. But Meadwad played that like a fucking genius, understanding how everything works, understanding the map mechanic, and you saw him. And a minute and 30, he was just sitting at the bottom, just trying to re-sustain or sustain through all that Condi damage, being very patient on his cooldowns for his Shake It Off, being patient with his Berserker, and his Berserker's got a pretty short cooldown, 30 seconds, and same with his Healing Signet's got a pretty short cooldown. So he's got to just try to use those as much as he can to his best of his ability. And he did an excellent job. I was even curious at the end of the match. I was like, whoa, he hasn't even, he popped his Berserker, he popped his Healing Signet, so that's major resistance. He's got at least, 12, 13 seconds of resistance, and then he didn't pop his Rampage. And then, but lo and behold, Rampage comes out and he fucking shit stomps Hitzer right in the face. Really unfortunate for Hitzer. He was putting in a lot of work, and that's a disadvantage with the Condi Thief. You're very susceptible to high burst damage. Let's see if Meatwad takes the same approach. He does have a full counter to his availability. So on the next engage from Hitzer, I would definitely try to consider using a full counter. A little slow on the full counter. He was able to get that engage, and those are the engages right there. Those are the engages you want to avoid as much as you can. And if you're able to avoid the first two, you're pretty much in a good situation to counter pressure on top of them as quickly as you can. Right now, it's a lot of that keep away. Hitzer's doing a much better job of keeping those Condis on him and keeping him that sustained damage going and going and going. He can use the no ports, as I mentioned. The two spawn areas are no port zones, and these little blocks at the end are no port zones or no port spots. So he can kind of mitigate those entrances just by using those no ports. And these guys are a little nice, but at the same time, he is running with short bow, I believe. Yeah, he is running with short bow, and short bow can be pretty deadly with the poison stacks if you're standing in one spot. And the LOS is kind of a good job out as well. We've got 30 seconds. Meatwad doing a really good job. This is a make or break situation for Hitzer. He's really got to put it on the. This is Red Avenged. I don't believe this is the real Hitzer. Hitzer is Hitzer's apprentice, but he's been in a lot of my tournaments as well. Yeah, Red Avenged. He's actually in the bracket. If you look below, what number is he? Hold on, guys. Let me just avoid that for 1 second. Red Revenge, he's actually number 15 in my top 1v1 in the my Code Red Revival 1v1 league. He's actually number 15 in the roster. I'll explain that a little more at the end of this tournament, guys, so you can get a better idea. Still in the beta stage. Now we've got into the timer. Really, really dangerous now. Meatwad, it has got some stacks of poison. He's got his resistance up. Hitzer's doing a really good job of keeping the pressure on top of him. Oof, big stun coming out of him. He's able to mitigate that and get right out. He goes into the Rampage. Dagger Storm cast. That's mitigating a lot of the damage. He ends up going down into the AoE. Hitzer ports back up. He gets hit with the rock throw. He tries to come in for the big burst. He gets him with the Arcing Slice. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. If Hitzer can survive and the AoE does come up, you got to port away, Hitzer. Port away, Hitzer. You can do it still. Oh. Oh. If he was able to port away and let the AoE do the damage and just go in invis, he might have won that one. But that was Meatwad that moves forward into this tournament. Really impressive performance by Meatwad, especially considering that Condi Thief is pretty much a hard counter for Warrior. We are having a third place match, guys, in this tournament, so keep in mind. Now we have Nature Salad versus Mayala. Nature Salad versus Mayala. Mayalak, I think his name is Mayalak. There's Nature Salad. Now, my Alex said he was in the tournament. I might have to eliminate him, unfortunately. That would be really shitty. Yeah, that would be shitty. How much time do you have left in there, my Alec? Oh, yeah, you're going to have to be eliminated, unfortunately, sir. So that's how this tourney is going to go, guys. We're going to eliminate my Alec. We're going to give third place to Red Avenged. Unfortunately, this is how it goes sometimes. And this is why I try to avoid doing it around the AT time. But I ended up getting fucked today. I ended up, I was supposed to start my stream at 8 every day. Or the weekdays are at 8 and the weekends are at 6. And I was supposed to start it at 8. I ended up starting it at 9:30 or 9, and then my tournaments ended up going till starting at 10:30. So it kind of correlated with the AT, and this is what happens sometimes. I'll end up losing, guys. So I try to always avoid that. So I never start my tournaments always at the same exact time. I always try to adjust for the AT. So now we're going to be forced right into our final series, which is Valhor versus Nature's Salad. This is going to be a best of 5 series. We got 150 gold that we're giving out, and Hitzer is automatically going into third place. So Hitzer, you win the third place already, my friend, with no contestation, because unfortunately my ally is not here.
Mike.
Yep.
Need to join automated tourney 1. Hugs is drunk AF.
Who's drunk? Where?
Hugs. She's drunk.
Oh, she is
Bro,
drunk?
dude, hopefully Sword I think not that good of a...
I'm going to go in there after, but I'm not going to bother her right now. She probably is matched up. So let's take a quick look at this. He's got Dagger and Warhorn. He's running with Greatsword. He's got Tactics. Tactics Spellbreaker with Strength. That's why he was doing so well before. He's got Fire, Arcane, and Weaver. This is going to be another match that's probably going to go down to the wire, but he's got a lot of pressure onto Meatwad. Does he have any more Condi Renegation? He does have the Berserker and the Sigil. He does have the 2 Shake It Offs, but this is the thing with the burning. The resistance is really strong. The resistance is what's going to see him. It's good that Valor won because it's the only build that can beat Ellie. Yeah, I hope so. And once again, guys, Nature Salad is usually more of a lurker in the back. He doesn't really participate. He's a huge donator, and I'm really happy to see him finally participate in these. Super, super happy to see Nature Salad, and he's dominating. So far, he's dominated most. Nice fucking Mage Bane on Meatwad over there. But it's going to be really hard to get the big damage onto Nature Salad. He does still have the Twist of Fate available to him. He does have his Invuln from his Fire Field. Good job. And now once you get the Ellie down to halfway, this is where you really want to keep the pressure. And I think he was able to pop Rampage on that one. Nope. But usually when an Ellie gets to about half health is where you want to keep the pressure on top of him. As soon as you keep dumping the damage, they don't have the ability to turn back around and try to damage you. They're too susceptible to damage. They're not the tankiest of classes. They do have a lot of damage mitigators, but if they're in fire and air or something of that nature, and you're putting the pressure onto them and they're at half health, there's no way they're going to be able to sustain. Really good job of putting on the burns onto to Nature Salad. The Rampage, is it going to make the big change over here in this one? He's got no more healing. Oh, the Rampage is saving the day for me. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god. Meatwad pulling out all the fucking stops on this one, ladies and gentlemen. Really good job by Meatwad. Very, very, very impressive stuff so far, man. He's been fighting a lot of his counters. He's been fighting a lot of good opponents. But so far, he's triumphed over all of them. So we're going into, this is a game 5 series, guys, so keep that in mind. There is a 5, this is a 5-man series. So that's Valor that takes game 1. And you're not allowed to change your class or the 3 specs that you spec'd into, but you can change your traits inside your spec line. You can change your weapons, your runes, your amulets, all these things of that nature. You can change them all if you so choose. Oh, guys, I'm so excited for the MAT tomorrow. I don't know who's casting it. Fuck, I was really hoping that ArenaNet would say, yes, you can be a partner, and they would let me cast it. But I've signed up to register on this Monday, and they still have not got back to me. I don't know how long it takes to get back to me, but they said if they don't get back to me, I have unfortunately not been accepted. But I will not give up, and I will continue to harass them and continue to plead to be a partner so I can cast these things for you guys. I want to bring some PvP back to this world. So here we go into game 2. Oh, Nature Salad. Guy's a fucking monster donator, bro. Monster donator. I really appreciate it, Nature. He's like, if I win, or any winnings I get, keep it, by the way. Really appreciate that, man. He's just here for the fun. He's just here for the content. He's just here for the community. And I hope you guys are all here for the same thing. We're just trying to build a good community, man. Trying to bring everybody together. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Here we go. Meatwad versus Nature Salad into game 2 of this series. Meatwad did take game... Did he? Yeah, he did take game 1 with the Rampage. And he's got to be very careful. He does have a lot of resistance, and that's going to be really annoying for Nature Salad, because if he cycles his resistance with his Berserker Stance and his Healing Signet, it could be very, 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 very disruptive to Nature Salad's major damage, which comes from burning. He doesn't have much in the way of physical damage, but he does have a lot of mitigation. But if he gets caught with his pants down, he could get burnt really good. Nice stun coming out from Nature Salad over there. He's already got the resistance from the Berserker. This is going to be a little tough for Nature Salad. There's a lot of things that he's got to bait Meatwad into using in order to get that burning down. As you can see, those 5 stacks. He has used his Berserker. He has used one of his Condi Clears. He hasn't used his Rampage. He's being very, 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 very patient on that. And so far, it's served him really well. Excellent execution with the Rampage. Even against Hitzer, I thought he was going to lose. It was at 1.9k when he popped Rampage. But when you do pop Rampage, you do take a lot, 25% less damage. And as well, he had about 13 seconds of resistance. So not only was he very damage mitigating, he was also very Condi mitigating. Nature Salad's in some big trouble. Meatwad's doing a really good job. He's starting to really get the flow of Nature Salad and understand his play style and countering it really hard. This is going to be tough for Nature Salad, but he's all the 11 stacks of burning. Where did that come from? I don't know how Meatwad was able to get that. Was that some sort of reflect or the full counter? Not where Nature Salad wants to be. He's in big danger right here. He still has the Rampage to his availability. He's trying to get some Condi stacks. He doesn't have his Signet or his Rune of Resistance, but he does have... there's the nice swirling defense to mitigate that big rock throw. Trying to keep the Condi pressure onto Meatwad. He's able to clear that really quickly. Really good job by Nature Salad to try to get that Condi on top of him. He does have that resistance, which saves the day once again for Meatwad. That was a very good little flurry at the end there from both opponents. Super impressive. Super, super impressive. So that's 2-0 series for Meatwad in this one. He might be able to take this one in a full-on 3-0 victory over Nature Salad. But as I mentioned, Nature Salad does have the cards stacked against him. He's literally got like 13 stacks of resistance or 13 seconds of resistance. He's got 2 full cleared offs, and he's got the Condi clear on Rampage. But mind you, he doesn't use the Rampage very often. He only saves it for when he really needs it, especially near the end. And after this stream, guys, I'm going to explain to you how my 1v1 league is going to be functioning and go over a little bit of things for you, just so we can know what's coming up. I don't think Meatwad's made any changes. Let's take a look at Nature Salad. I don't think he's made any major changes. Nope. He's still looking the same, confident in what he's running. He got super close. Super, super close. He got 7 stacks of burning. Meatwad was brought down to 10%, and he was able to use that resistance and just kind of mitigate all that burning damage that came onto him at the end. Really, really impressive play by Meatwad so far, and very impressive from Nature Salad. I don't see him enter too many of my tournaments, but he's doing a magnificent job so far. Very, very, very impressive stuff, my friend. Game starting. I'm not sure what tactic he's going to use. This is probably going into the map mechanic once again. I'm sure of it. There's no doubt in my mind. There's just too much sustain coming out from both of them. And as I mentioned, the Nature Salad's got a major point of damage is from his fire, and he's not able to get that fire down with that resistance up. Those resistance stacks so much. He's kind of have to bait Meatwad into using some of those. But even still, if he cycles through his resistance and his shake it off properly, he's almost got like 100% boon removal. There's the resistance, and he's got those big 17 stacks. I think he only used his Berserker stance on that one. Yeah, it was only the Berserker stance. And there's more resistance that's proccing. Now Nature's got the 6 stacks of burning, 5 stacks of burning. He's got the resistance that he used from his healing signet. This is a good situation for Nature Salad. He's got no more passive healing. He's got his swirling winds up. Now this is where you want to really put that damage down of the burning. He's got more burning onto him. He just uses his 2nd stack. That's so difficult for Nature Salad to get through. Look at all that resistance, man. And as soon as that Berserker stance goes up, the Signet of Healing is ready already. So it's going to be really difficult. It's an uphill battle for Nature Salad on this one. He has used all his Shake It Offs. That's the first time he's actually managed to get him to use all his Shake It Offs. He does have his Signet that if he so chooses to use it. The 5 stacks of burning, that's going to be really, really painful. Where did he get that extra resistance? He did use the Signet. There comes his rune of the Berserker stance that's going to be coming. He's able to use. He's got more stacks of it. He's used his Berserker, so he's got no more cleansing, no more resistance. This is his little window of opportunity. He's got to take full advantage of it. Just got to try to turn and burn onto Meatwad as much as he can. He does have the 14 stacks, and the resistance does come up. There's the, oh my goodness. Uphill battle all the way through for Meatwad. There's not much for Nature Salad. He is doing a very, very impeccable job on this one, though. There's the Rampage. Nature Salad's got to be prepared for that Rampage. He's trying to use everything he can in his toolkit to mitigate that. He does have some decent barrier. He does have Twist of Fate coming up. Meatwad doesn't have Rampage anymore, so it's a good situation for Nature Salad, but he does have a lot of resistance, as you can see here. Oh, he's gone through all of his resistance. He does have, what, another 5 seconds left. Nature Salad's got to be very, very careful. Swirling Winds has gone up. Can he fucking do it here? This is going to be clutch win for him right now. He's trying to get the burning stacks onto Meatwad. Meatwad doesn't have any sort of resistance. He does proc his last healing. Meatwad, Nature Salad does go down. Oh, my God. So we have our champion here today for this tournament is going to be Valhor. 2nd place is Nature Salad, and 3rd place is going to be Hitzer. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this content, I do it every single day. 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, in-house 5v5s, and Fashion Wars content. If you look in my highlights video, you'll see everything there. So click that follow, subscribe, so you can see when I go live. And now I've also created a 1v1 and a 2v2 Guild Wars 2 League. If you look a little bit below my stream, you'll actually see, here I'll share it with you guys. And for everyone who won, give me about 10 minutes and I'll be sending it out to you rather quickly. In about 10 minutes, I'll send it to you. So if you look below my video, you'll see top 10 2v2. So these are the top 10 people in my 2v2s. You'll see the points, their rank, their points, the games played in finals, and it's season 18 of 2019. This is still the beta version. There's still a lot of adjustments and a lot of little things that I'm going to take suggestions from the crowd and people who want to see something different. And I also got my top 15 1v1. So though, in order to get into this top 15 for my 1v1 league and my 2v2 league, you have to participate in at least 3 of my tournaments. My leagues start at the same time as the ranked season, and they finish at the same time as the ranked season. At the end of the season, I will take the top 3 will get gold. So 1st place gets 1,000 gold, 2nd place gets 500 gold, and 3rd place gets 250 gold. And what I'd also like to do is at the end of the season, take my top 15 and put them into a tournament so they all fight each other. So number 1 will fight number 15, number 2 will fight number 14, number 3 will fight number 13, number 4 will, just like a regular league. But we'll do that at the end of the tournament to see who the real top dog is, and then it'll go from there. But it'll go by standings and points. And it'll also take into consideration how many finals matches you've been in. So if there's someone who's been in 6 finals matches and won them all, and there's someone who's been in 8 finals matches and has got more points than the guy with 6, I will give it to the guy with 6. Or I will make them compete with each other in order to get that. But this is still in the beta version, guys. There's still a lot to be learned in this, but I'm starting, it's called Code Red Revival, because Guild Wars 2 PvP is in Code Red, and we're trying to revive this bitch. So my 2v2 season and my 1v1 season is called Code Red Revival, guys. It's kind of matching the theme that I got with my Twitch, all kind of red and black. So it's Code Red Revival. If you look below, top 15 and the top 10 in my 2v2, we're starting this league. I thank you so much, guys. I'm probably going to do some World v World after this, but I'm going to take a little break right now to send out the gold to everybody who's participated, or my top 3. So it was me, Wad, who won first. We're splitting, it's 150 gold for this tournament today, actually. It's 50% to first place. It's 50% to first place, 30% to second place, and second place gets 20%. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do fucking appreciate it. Every single day I do these, and I just get more and more people coming to watch, man. I really appreciate it, and I finally started my my actual 1v1 season and 2v2 season called Red Revival, baby. You're going to see it everywhere. I'm going to be promoting it for it everywhere, and there's going to be big gold for the people at the end of the season. We also got our MAT tomorrow. MAT is finally back. We're trying to promote some PMA, guys. We're trying to be as nice as we can. Guild Wars is a great game, and we all play it because we enjoy it. The map mechanics are really good. Or not the map mechanics, but the actual mechanics of the game, the fluidity of it, just the combat system is incredible. Probably the best that we have. It's way ahead of its time compared to any MMO I've ever seen. I've seen people play Classic WoW, and I'm kind of appalled. I'm like, Jesus, how do you play this and not get like mind numbed? You know, I used to play WoW. That was the first MMO that I have ever played, and back then it was really good. You know what I mean? But now that we got things like this, and you can kind of see the difference, it's just mind-boggling. You know, maybe if Arena had the money that Blizz would have, we'd have a little bit of a better situation. But let's just try to be as PMA as we can, so we can kind of build up this community. You know, there's so much salt getting thrown around. Everybody's complaining. This is a free-to-play game. They're doing as best as they could. It's a lot. It's a big job trying to do a game like this. There's a lot of pressure onto them, especially when the community isn't very supportive and they're very aggressive towards the people trying to create it. So we're just trying to be as nice as we can, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Click that follow, click that subscribe. I'm probably going to take about a 20 to 30 minute break. Then I'm going to come back and do some World v World or some ranked or something of that nature. Maybe some World v World, because there's a couple people below that want to see some World v World. I'm also going to look for a shoutcaster for tomorrow. There's no loot, but for my tournaments, there's going to be loot. So at the end of the season, for my Code Red Revival seasons of 1v1 and 2v2, it's going to be 1,000 gold to first place, 500 gold to second place, and 250 gold to third place. And including when I do my tournaments, there's always gold given out. So I'm always giving out gold or skins or mystic coins. And then at the end of the season, you get a huge amount. Yeah, they do need to add some big time loot. But what I'm trying to do is also become partner with ArenaNet, so hopefully they can support me and they can give me some gems or give me some outfits or just give me some stuff so I can give out to you guys. I really hope so, and this is what we're trying to do, man. We're just trying to be as positive as we can, and if we bring out that positive, and maybe people will start writing positive things, and people will start saying positive things, and then it won't have such a bad stigma around Guild Wars 2. Every time you hear Guild Wars 2, everybody's like, oh, shit game, dead. And then when they actually play it, it's a fucking awesome game. It is way beyond any other game that we have right now. There's nothing that has got a combat system like this. This is really action-packed, very fast-paced. There's a lot involved in it, and it takes a lot of talent. And there's a lot of potential for this game to go somewhere. We just got to be supportive of it. We just got to stand behind it, you know what I mean? I get what I work with what I got, man. I've always been an underdog my whole life, and I kind of like the situation, being the underdog, trying to bring everything back up. So I hope you guys support me, and you hope you guys come along with me for the ride. So far, it's been really good. I've been getting a lot of love, a lot of support, a lot of subscribes, donations, followers, people coming to watch my tournaments, and every week it just gets higher and higher and higher and higher. So thank you so much, guys. Oh, it's an amazing game. Can't play anything once you're here and actually do it. Yeah, exactly. Like, I went to try to play WoW Classic again, and I was like, I was at a loss for words. Literally at a loss for words. I was like, this is your combat. This is your combat. It's like, oh my god, it's so easy mode. It's that there's nothing involved, and this has actually got some really good skill. And the balancing for this game is getting out of control now. It's getting really good. And now that they finally nerfed Scourge, you're not going to get oppressed by that Firebrand Scourge combo anymore. So there's a lot of counters. Whatever some team uses, there's a counter for it. There's no like There's no dominant duo combo that's just going to come in and you're just going to have to avoid them the whole map. There are counters for everything now, and the PvP system is starting to really get balanced, and they're starting to get into a really nice spot, in my opinion, where everything is starting to flow really, really well. I'm super, super, super excited, and I want to see Code Red Revival, baby, Season 1 and Season 2. We're in the beta. So the beta is just now. When this season of Guild Wars 2 ends, our ranked season ends, that's when the beta stages will finish. And then when the new season of season 19 of Guild Wars 2 will start, we'll start Code Red Revival once again, and it'll start up, and then we'll start taking everybody's rankings and positions, and I'll post them every single week. At the end of the week, I'll put up our top 15 for 2v2, and I'll put up our top 10 for 2v2, and I'll put up our top 15. Anyone who loves PvP should play Guild Wars 2. Yes, sir, I believe that 100%, Lord Slane. If you're interested in PvP and player versus player combat and really intense, high activity gaming, this is the game to play, bro. There's so much involved, and the animations are really new, or really nice. Just the graphics, the environment is so beautiful, and the fluidity of the game, the way you can use your character, and it doesn't feel clunky. It doesn't feel old, you know. It feels really, 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 really nice. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna pause the stream just for a little bit. It'll just be like a little bit of a hiatus, if you will. But I'll be back. If you like this type of stuff, take a look at my highlights videos. I do it every single day. I'm very new to Twitch streaming, and maybe about a month and 2 weeks, month and a half, if you will. So I'm even shoutcasting I'm very new to. But if you guys want to watch a really good shoutcaster, I would highly suggest watching Roy. He does EU stuff, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. We're starting to get a lot of different streamers. There's a lot of streamers in the morning. There's a lot of streamers in the afternoon. There's a lot of streamers at night. Now we're getting a lot of late night PvE, late night PvP. I do a lot of PvP. Naru and Grimjack do a lot of PvP at night. You got Harley Quinn, Jebro Unity, and Zarissa who do a lot of PvE and PvP. And during the day, you got Wooden Potatoes, Mighty Teapot. You got Ajax. You got Boy Sereno. You got a lot of people, and Roy. They're all covering different things. The more streamers we have and the more publicity we get, the more people are going to watch and the more people are going to want to join the game. And just in the last month, I think at least 10 people have joined the game just asking me, what game is this? Holy shit, I want to participate. And I've told them and I've seen them in the game playing. That's 10 people already. And that's just me. I'm a really small streamer. I've only started for a month and a half. So I'm going to stop talking now, guys. I'm going to take my little break, send out the gold, put up the video, and do all the things I need to. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Click that follow, click that subscribe. I'll see you very, very, very soon. Uh-oh, what scene did I do? There we go. All fixed. Guys, I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Click follow, click subscribe. Hey guys, it's actually probably going to be the end of my stream for today. I got a couple things that I have to take care of that are very imperative, and I don't really want to have you guys watching them. It's kind of boring and shitty. So I want to thank you so much for coming out and watching me and supporting me, guys. You guys were fucking awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hold on, let me show my face here. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are fucking awesome. I really appreciate all the love and support. You guys are fucking incredible. PMA, baby. PMA all day. I think I'm going to put PMA in every single one of my tags from here on in. Positive mental attitude. That's what we're going to bring to this guild. That's what we're going to bring to this game. That's what we're going to bring to the season. Code Red Revival, baby. Code Red Revival. We're in the beta stages, and I'm taking any suggestions. So if you got suggestions or something you'd like to do or something you'd like to see, just hit me up and let me know. I'm actually going to pass you off to someone, guys. Who do you want to see here? We got Harlequin, Muckluck,